Hey Scorpio, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading for anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Scorpio. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. Okay, let's see. We have blue eyes, so your person may have blue eyes. You may have blue eyes. That can be significant in some way. For some reason, I'm seeing like a husky with blue eyes. So your person might have a pet or something that has blue eyes. We have January. Like I said in the last reading, January keeps showing up in all of the readings. So just interesting because of the time I'm filming this, it is the very end of January. So that's just funny because this might be an indication that a lot of you are meeting your person very soon or have already met them. We have blonde hair, so your person may have blonde hair and blue eyes. July could be a significant time. I wonder if we got any numbers here because we could get birth dates if we get some numbers. We have S. This could be their first or last initial. It can also be significant in terms of where you met this person or where you will meet this person. This can talk about the state or country that you're in. We have the letter A. Okay, we have dark brown hair. So some of you, your person may have dark brown hair. Or you may have dark brown hair. So blonde hair, dark brown hair, that could be both of you in the connection. This could be somebody who dyed their hair from dark brown to blonde or from blonde to dark brown. We have the number 3. So there we might have some dates here. We could have like January 3rd, July 3rd. You could have met this person on those dates, or that could be their birthday. We have the letter D. I hope I didn't say the letter 3. I did that in the last reading. So if I said that, I'm sorry. And I meant the number 3. Hopefully that's what I said. We have red auburn hair. We're getting a lot of hair color here. So this is a collective reading. So it could be that there's just a lot of different people here, a lot of different looks. But this could be somebody who changes their appearance a lot. That could be a way that you recognize them. We have the number 7. So let's see. January 7th, July 7th. The number 8. And the number 9. That's really interesting, you guys. 7, 8, and 9. Whenever I see numbers in sequence like that, I just kind of get the feeling of like methodical, like in order. So you might feel like this connection was meant to be, or there was like some kind of really clear path that it took. We could just be talking about a person who's very particular, very methodical about the way that they do things. We also have December. We have the letter Y. Right here we can spell say. So these can be initials, but they can also kind of be messages. So we can spell say, or we could spell day. That's really interesting. This might be somebody that wants to communicate with you, or you want to communicate with them. We just got a T. So look at that. Stay. These can be messages from your person. We have 2 and we have 3. So again, kind of that methodical, in order, very structured nature coming through. And we have April. That stay message, I can't unsee it. So this might be somebody that really wants to continue a connection with you, somebody that wants you to stick around. Maybe you were with this person and it was like time for you to go your separate ways and you didn't want to go. They could have asked you to stay, or you asked them to stay, or there was just like a feeling that they wanted to still be in your presence. They wanted to spend more time with you. So take that as it resonates. I'm going to move all of these off to the side in a big messy pile, and let's do tarot. Let's get into your tarot and see what we can discover about this person. So we'll just see what comes through. Personality, Maybe a little bit of their history. There might be other indications about how this person looks or how you will meet them. We'll just see what comes through. Okay. Have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Innocence of Swords. Okay, yeah, I'm already picking up on a lot of communication. We were able to spell say, and that was making me think that there's some kind of communication with this person. So this might be a matter of like somebody who you feel like they're holding back and like they want to tell you something, or maybe it's somebody who is very good at communicating. So there's just a message coming through about communication. We'll kind of see like what the tarot has to say. This might be somebody who you're only in verbal communication with. So maybe somebody that you have spoken to on the phone, but you have never seen them in person, or you don't often see them in person. So we had the Chariot and the Nine of Wands show up in reverse. This is somebody who is letting their guard down with you. If you know this person, then they may have recently opened up to you in a new way, because I am seeing them letting their guard down and this sense of them wanting to move forward. I think there's some things that they want to say to you too. It's so odd because sometimes more of the relationship's energy comes through in the tarot. So I'm seeing a lot having to do with your connection. I think this person maybe has the tendency to be quite straightforward. So you might know them as somebody who can be really straightforward, or who can communicate ideas really easily and effectively. We have Justice. We have Death. Let's see what else. I don't know why. I'm getting a feeling that you may have known this person. Like you may already know this person, and maybe your relationship has never been romantic before, because I'm seeing like something changing and transforming in this relationship. Okay, we have the Heart of Swords. Swords energy is really jumping out. Your person might be an air sign. So yeah, I don't know why it's jumping out. We do have a lot on the table here. You know what's probably, this Justice card is also a sword. So it's really like kind of bringing more of a Swords energy. And the Justice card is Libra energy, which is an air sign. So we might be looking at Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius here. Definitely some Scorpio energy coming through as well. And the Fool. The Fool's been making appearances in every reading. It's like there's something new. Even if this is a connection that has already started, or maybe this is a past connection or someone you've already known, there's like a feeling of a newness to this, of it kind of taking a new direction. And we have Earth Mother. Okay, so this is Empress energy. Let's talk about this person. Two of Cups on the bottom of the deck. This person's very balanced. We have Justice and Two of Cups energy here. There's a certain balance to this person, so you might feel really balanced in their presence. I think part of what makes you feel so balanced is the fact that they openly communicate with you. They're not afraid to move forward. They're not afraid to switch things up. They're not afraid to inject new energy into a situation. And I just keep getting like, they are very straightforward. I think they can be really nurturing and very sweet as well, but they are very straightforward. This is someone who is letting their guard down around you. So if this is a new person, you're just going to notice automatically, just instinctually, that they just get close to you kind of fast. They just, like they're open with you. They talk to you. They let you know how they feel and maybe even tell you about some things that have gone on in their past. But if this is someone that you've known for a while or that you've been in a previous relationship with, if they felt guarded before, they're not going to feel like that anymore. We have this Nine of Wands in reverse. They're letting go of their walls. So if this was someone you knew as having having a wall up and kind of guarding their heart, they're taking that down. And it's just interesting, this Two of Cups, the way that it's depicted with these hearts in the cups. So this is someone who is exposing their heart to you. Underneath that, we have High Priestess energy. So they're definitely like, they're letting you in on something that you did not know about before. There's actually another card here, Ten of Wands. This is really telling me this is somebody who had a lot of heavy burdens before. And I think that really has to do with why they're able now to let that wall down. You might know them as somebody who was carrying a lot, who had a lot of stress, who had maybe some unfortunate events happen with their heart. But it's like they're becoming more open and they're really like transforming and changing into something new. I feel like for a lot of you, you're watching this person like sprout into a new version of themselves, like it's happening right before your eyes. This is somebody who may come from a big family. They might really value family, so you may know them as someone who wants to have a big family, have a lot of kids. If that's what you want, but there's something about family here, so it could be their background. They're a very supportive person. So you're going to feel like you can really like blossom in their presence because they offer you so much support and they're so committed to the relationship. This Ten of Cups with this these crystals here, like it's like the crystals are growing. To me, it just feels like they're able to thrive because of all of the love that's being poured on them. So it's like the perfect environment. The cups are creating the perfect environment for these crystals to grow and to thrive. And they're showing up in all of these different colors of the rainbow. It's like they're showing up. It's a very balanced energy because it's bringing me kind of to the chakra system and making me think of like something that's extremely balanced, something that kind of like ticks all the boxes. So I think that this person is going to make you feel like you are supported enough to thrive. And the funny thing is that like I also think that they're brutally honest. That doesn't have to be a bad thing. Because a lot of times it's like, that's exactly what we needed to hear. We just wanted somebody to be honest with us. I don't think that they ever like say anything that is mean, but I just get the feeling that this isn't somebody that you have to guess about. You don't have to wonder about. So the person coming into your life is somebody who will openly communicate with you and somebody who will let their guard down and who will show you themselves. Like they'll show you how they're growing and how they're transforming. They're also somebody interested in kind of having like an equal give and take, of bringing some form of fairness into the equation here, keeping things balanced. They might be somebody who's really good at balancing their responsibilities in life. I think for the most part, they seem like just a very balanced energy because this Earth Mother came out, this is Empress energy, and it's like, it's the most nurturing energy of them all. It's an energy where where everything around it can really thrive and prosper. And that's kind of like the same feeling I was getting from this Ten of Cups. This is an energy where things can grow. So I think that even though they can be very straightforward sometimes, it's always in a loving way. It's always from a loving place. And they're also willing to like move forward and reinvent themselves and reinvent the connection and make things new and different. I'm so drawn to this unicorn and the chariot imagery because it's just making me think of horses. So this person might be somebody that likes to ride horses or is involved in some kind of like farm life or ranch life or something like that for some of you, or who just has like a special connection with horses. Yeah, it's such a like, it's such an interesting energy coming from this person. I think that they give you a lot of reassurance in a way. I think that they somehow create an environment that makes you feel like you can thrive. And I don't really know how they do that. It might be different depending on your particular situation, but they have a way of like making you feel comfortable, making you feel confident, making you feel like things will play out fairly and will will be nurturing. I think that's somebody who's like always there to like to make sure you're okay, to pick you up when you fall. So there's a really supportive energy coming from this person. I also think that this is somebody who, if you need to bounce ideas off of them, if you want an honest opinion about something, I think that's another way that they offer you support. Because if, like, let's say you're playing around with an idea, like you want to start a business, or you have a project to do at work and you're wondering, is this a good idea? They're going to tell you honestly, and then they're also going to help you like figure out what the best plan is. So I'm feeling like there's a deep connection here. Let's look into your oracle cards and really take a look at the connection itself, because we're kind of looking at like who this person is. And yeah, I'm picking up on like that they are extremely straightforward. It might even be something that's like kind of comical about them. I'm kind of seeing that like they might be somebody who puts their foot in their mouth a lot, but they don't care. Like they're not embarrassed by it. Maybe you feel like, oh no, you were maybe a little too straightforward there, but they don't care because they're just like very authentic. I think this is a truly authentic person that just lives straight from the heart and doesn't worry too much about coming across a certain way. They're just very true to themselves. So let's look at this connection. Okay, so you have Gnosis. This is a really cool card to get, especially in this context. Yeah, we have Broken Open and Bearing Fruit. So let's talk about your center card, this Gnosis card. So this Gnosis card really talks about really kind of like a knowing, a spiritual knowing. So this might be a person, this card's giving me that feeling too. This might be a person who's highly spiritually connected, or they just kind of have this this vibe about them, like they know, like they're very aware. And I think that comes through in this case probably as like with their clear communication. I think they communicate so clearly, they tell you what's on their mind so clearly that it brings a certain level of like knowing to this connection. I think that the most important thing that I'm getting from this is that this connection feels so it feels so deep that it's like the two of you experience each other through all of your senses. This can be spiritually, it can be mentally, it can be emotionally, it can be physically. I think especially it's all of those things, and that's probably what feels different about this connection to you than any other connection that you've been in, because I think you're able to connect with this person on so many different levels. It just feels like there's something really deep here, and it feels like the two of you are connecting just in a different kind of way. Like it feels like it's a spiritual experience. I'm being drawn to like this card here with this broken open, and the light is focused here on the chest and the heart area, and then I'm pulled back to this imagery of like this heart. It's like this anatomical heart, but two hearts connected. I think this is really this is kind of like just making me think the connection that the two of you have and the depth of knowing that you're going to have when it comes to each other. I just think you're going to know each other on the deepest level. I picked that up and saw the High Priestess there again. So it's like a lot of stuff is going to be uncovered. A lot of really close personal aspects of yourself are going to be uncovered and shared in this connection. There's this feeling of this connection being life-changing. There's this feeling of you just knowing. So because, you know, this energy it's a knowing energy. It's like when you are aware of a deep spiritual truth, but maybe don't know how to verbalize it. This person probably does. All that swords energy I was talking about, this person probably does know how to verbalize deep spiritual knowings. But I think your connection in general feels like that. It feels like something deep, something divinely guided, something that you're not able to even put into words, but you just know. Like as soon as you meet this person, as soon as you see this person, as soon as the two of you start to connect and talk, you just have this feeling of knowing that this is someone very significant in your life. It really just feels to me like the two of you are even more connected on a spiritual level than on a physical level. If you don't feel like you're highly spiritually evolved, I think this relationship is going to change that for you. It's going to show you some new ways of viewing the world. Yeah. I really think this switches things up for you. This really, it feels like a much more heart-centered approach. It feels like it's something intuitive, like it's something spiritual. And it could be because this person is highly spiritual, but it might be that the two of you inspire each other in that way and approach this relationship in a more spiritual way than you have previous relationships. That would just depend on kind of like the specifics of your situation. This broken open card. This card is actually about grief. And if this is somebody that you are reconnecting with, I think that this really speaks a lot to the grief and the hurt and the loss that both of you felt during the time that you were apart. So I think that if this is a connection coming back together, this is like a deepening of this connection because of what the two of you have experienced while you were apart, because of the loss of this. It's like being apart made you really realize that this is what you had. You had this heart connectedness, and then you lost it. And it's like learning that grief can be a gift sometimes, because it can show you what's important to you. It can show you what kind of like means the world to you, and what you should be focused on. So for those of you that this is not a connection coming back together, I do think that there is a lot going on in each of your past experience with relationship, even if that's not in a romantic relationships. This could be like hurtful relationship, family relationships, or betrayal by friends. So I think that the two of you coming together is going to feel like something that both of you can be extremely grateful and appreciative of because of the things that you've been through in the past, because of the grief and the suffering that you've both experienced. It just feels like this connection is deeper because of that. It's deeper because you know what it's like when certain things are missing from a relationship, when trust is missing, when you can't be honest with people that you're close with. And in this relationship, it's like you're finding all of that in each other. So it just feels like this relationship almost makes you grateful for some of the really hurtful things that you've gone through, some of the really devastating experiences. It will feel like this relationship is like it's something that makes it all make sense. Once you find yourself in this relationship, it's like it all makes sense now. And even some of the things that you didn't want to have experienced in your life, you now find yourself being grateful because they kind of molded you into the person that was going to be ready for this connection and that was going to be appreciative of this connection. This bearing fruit card is really about birthing something new. It's about the result of really hard work that you put in. And I think that really speaks to like, this is either hard work in this connection in particular, or it's hard work that each of you have done on your own. And it's preparing you for this relationship. I'm looking like really close in here, and I don't even really know what I'm looking at, but it's like I'm suddenly drawn to this. I think there's something here this is about your past. This image that's drawing my attention being like kind of buried in the trunk of this tree, it just makes me think of like the past and things that have gone on in the past, kind of like the rings of a tree trunk, like you can kind of tell how old the tree is. It's like these are things that are in your past, and a lot of healing that's taken place in that past area that is making it so that this connection can deepen in the way that it wants to. I think both of you have actually really put in a lot of work to show up as your authentic selves, to be honest in a relationship, and to show up without barriers, without walls up, without your heart being protected. To connect on this level, your heart can't be protected. You have to let the wall down so that this union can happen. And I think that that's what this connection is. This connection is going to come into your life during a time when both of you are ready and receptive to exposing your hearts like this. And I think it does take a lot of work on each of your parts, but it's like so beautiful when the two of you find each other in that same place at the same time. This can also talk a lot about manifestation. So if there's a constant thought on your mind, it's like a reminder that you are manifesting that. And this could have to do with this connection, because it could be that you've been manifesting this connection and this type of union has been on your mind for a long time. And it's like, I think when you come into this, you're going to realize what you've been manifesting. I think you're going to see it for the first time, and maybe you weren't even aware that that these ideas that you've had, or that this constant thought that was kind of replaying in your mind, that you were going to actually bring that and ground it in the 3D. I'm going to pull a couple of oracle cards. These cards can help us with timing for this, but it can also just be just more information about the connection. So we had adversity come out. This is number 33. Very fitting card to show up, because I think that the two of you have been through your fair share of adversity. I think that this relationship is going to feel like a breath of fresh air, but also, like we were talking about, everything you've been through is essential for this relationship to work and for you to connect on this deep level. So I do think that a lot of this is going to be built on things that didn't work out for you in the past, and hurts and disappointments. I think a lot of it has to do with that. It's probably a place of of deep connection for you. You have crowd surfing. This card really talks about wanting to like kind of pull away from the crowd, wanting to get away and not be overwhelmed. I think maybe the two of you find a lot of solace and comfort in each other's company, and like you don't want to be overwhelmed. If you are meeting this person in a social setting, this is somebody who might want to try to pull you away to get some special quiet time with you, or you might find yourself kind of in the corner talking to this person for hours and kind of forget you're at a party or something, because there's this feeling of the two of you just wanting to kind of be together and kind of recharge together and not be so overwhelmed with all of the energy around you. And then we had summer. So that could be an indication of when you will meet this person. You might meet this person in the summer, or your relationship might progress to this level in the summer. Summer is really a time when it's a time of enjoyment. It's a time of celebration. So I think the two of you might be experiencing some kind of celebration. If this is a reunion, then that's going to be a time for you to celebrate coming back together in the summertime. And if it's not in the summertime, then it's just a sense of when you come together, it's really something to celebrate. I think I was kind of getting that with that Ten of Cups energy. There's like a supportive there's a supportive kind of energy that kind of just makes me think of celebration, or it makes me think of in the summertime when everything is very vibrant and just very full. I think that this connection is very full, and it's going to bring a lot of fullness and a lot of completion to your life. It feels like the end of some painful cycles for both of you, and like a really heart connected, really spiritually connected union. So I think that's all I see for you, Group 4. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like it, and I will see you in your next reading. Bye!